Here we are again. It is now, what's today? August 27th, 2012. My wife told me our LG washer is leaking again. So based on my past experience with it, I took a look at the back. Let's see if I can get the camera in here. And lo and behold, you look into the vent tube. I don't know if you can see it here. I'll take the top off anyway. You can see the telltale sign of water and little bits of black tubing at the vent hole. So I'll stop the camera, take the lid off, and see if it is the exact same problem again a few years later. Okay, so I popped the lid off the machine, and I feel like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future, like I'd gone back in time to the last video I made. Sure enough, there's bunch of little black rubber particles, and this is the redesigned bellows tube. And as you can see, LG redesigned the part, so you've got this, point to it, you got this flat aspect to it here where it's supposed to not come into contact with the other tubes. Hard for me to hold the flashlight, film at the same time. But notwithstanding their design, it obviously doesn't work. There's the redesigned tube. You can see there are holes in it still where it's been rubbing on these hoses here. This one and this one, which are the water supply lines, and just as before, there's a hole that's been rubbed in this tube here. And now water's coming out of the supply line, going into the bellows, and going out the back of the machine again. So now I get to order another one of these, another one of these, and another one of these. I don't know, maybe when I call LG they'll recognize me from the first video, and out of the kindness of their heart they will send me some new tubes for free. I'll encourage them to do so. You know, you can see down here, these are the particles of rubber from where the rubber tubes are making contact with one another. Pretty disappointing. I'm going to have to go do this again because, you know, I don't know, what's the option? Junk the machine? Anyway, so there it is, August 26th, 2012. I'll have to go look and see when I made the last video and see how long these tubes lasted. Okay, so to try and tide us over until I can talk to LG and see what parts they want to give me to fix the problem, I went to Lowe's. You can see the orange colored tubing here, 3/8 inch internal diameter air hose that was, I don't know, 50 cents a foot or something like that from Lowe's. And I've connected it to replace this, which is the very worn air hose. I don't know if the little hole is going to show up on the video, but right here next to my fingernail, there's a hole that is worn completely through the rubber tube, and if I turn it at an angle, you can see the erosion on the rubber there from where the air bellows hose and the supply line hose make contact. Even though when I ordered the replacement part, LG apparently redesigned it. You can see on the air bellows hose here, this is like a, I don't know what you'd call it, a full ridge, but then they designed this part with a flat spot here that I guess was intended to accommodate the the water supply hoses so they wouldn't rub, but obviously they still rub, which is why we got these big holes in the air bellows tube. You see there, 1, 2, 3 holes. So, you know, they still haven't figured it out. It's going to be interesting calling customer service to see what kind of solution they offer. So anyway, there's your, I guess there's a temporary solution that I came up with, is this 3/8 inch air supply hose that I was able to get from Lowe's in a pinch, because when you've got 3 little kids, shutting down your washing machine for 2 weeks while you wait and see if you get the correct part from LG isn't exactly an option. So hopefully this will work, we'll see. So now the washer is on a drain and spin cycle, and the lid's still off because it's waiting on repair, but You can kind of see here, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. As the drum moves, the two hoses rub together. I guess if that goes on for a year or more, that's enough to rub a hole in the hoses. That's where the problem comes from. Yeah, there we go. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, see, no wonder. That's a lot of friction for rubber hoses to be rubbing together, that much movement, and then multiply that over time. No wonder this thing's sawing itself into pieces.